Hello and welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and using trailers to take your truck out to the mud park seems like pretty old news, doesn't it? That's why we've decided that this, which I'm sure y'all have already figured out exactly what it is, this is the MEGABUS, has become our hauling vehicle for the day, and our Hilux is chilling out up on the roof rack, which we put it up there using the crane. Now, we're gonna take this thing into a few different mud pit obstacles to see what it does, and while we're out here, I figured we would have some fun with the MEGABUS as well, because, you know, how ridiculous would it be to come out here to West Georgia Mud Park in the MEGABUS, and even though it's our, air quotes, hauling vehicle, I feel like it would be pretty sad to not have some fun with it as well while we're here. And speaking of having some fun with it, we're gonna do a small run off of this jump. Nothing insane. We're not gonna spill the Hilux off the roof rack, but look, it just clears that like it's nothing. I love that. It's so freaking hilarious how once you bring this out here on its biggest tires, it's like, oh, it's not really even a problem, is it? All right, we're gonna actually drive you up and over here. Oh my God, we almost flipped it already. All right, stop. Now we're gonna unpack, and then we're gonna go into crane mode, and we're gonna use the crane to get the Hilux off of the roof rack. And unloading the Hilux has to be the most hilarious, like, cartoon activity I've ever done in SnowRunner. Look at this. We're just lowering our pickup truck from our roof rack because that's what you do, I guess. That's what, you know, that's SnowRunner in a nutshell these days. All right, let's go ahead and disconnect the winch line. We're going to restore the crane, shut this thing down, and then swap over to the Hilux and see what it's actually got in the mud, because I've never brought it out here on the mud-specific tires. Let's see what it can do. We've got the off-road gearbox in it. We've got the, you know, well, I say mud tires. These are mud-optimized tires at the very least, so let's see. We are sinking and stalling. Keep in mind, this is a much more real-world tuned, or rather kind of vanilla game balance tuned vehicle, so the performance we're seeing out of it so far is actually pretty admirable. God, I love this interior. It's such a well-done interior. I mean, it's an F-19 truck. I mean, of course it's gonna have an amazing interior, but, like, look at that. Thing's ripping. Turning all the RPMs, but I mean, that's kind of like, you know, that's kind of a Toyota thing when you get them in thick mud. It's just like, okay, I need to get out of here. RPMs it is, like, as many RPMs as I can turn. Now, I'm gonna put it in, well, I was gonna put it in high. It slowed down a bunch when I put it in high. All right, we're gonna go ahead and head on over here to this little side track. Oh God, don't smash it into the wall, please and thank you. I love how this is the size of literally one of the MEGABUS's tires. All right, let's go. Plunging it in. I think we can make it through here. I think as long as we take decently okay lines, I think we'll be able to make it through here. Yo, high range with this off-road gearbox is the equivalent of like second. Look how much faster you can go if you put it in automatic mode. That's nuts. And just bump the clutch every once in a while so that in case it needs to go down to a lower gear, it will do it a lot quicker instead of like bogging down and going all the way back to first. Like right there, it wanted to stay, like it wanted to be in fourth, but if I hadn't bumped the clutch, it would have put itself all the way back down to first and then started back over again. Yo, this thing is doing amazingly well though. Look at that. Well, I'm impressed. I'm actually, like, insanely impressed. Let's see how it does through this little side-by-side race course over here. Well, actually, no. We're not going to use that. We're going to use this single lane down here because this is a little bit gnarlier. Also, ignore the weird water glitch right there. That's, like, there are even water glitches like that on some of the stock maps, and I really don't know why it happens. It's such a weird thing that this game does. I think it's got something to do with the way the water interacts with the terrain, and sometimes it just breaks. All right, almost there, and boom, it's across literally no problem. Okay, so it seems like we're gonna need to turn this up a few notches if we want to challenge that Hilux. So let's go get it. Oh, we're lifting a tire. Oh my God, dude, we just three-wheeled around that entire corner. That was incredible. All right, crane mode. Let me move that on out just a tad bit. tighten the winch up and bring you on up this way. It's going to swing a little bit, but it's okay. We can swing it back the other way. Well, if it wants to. I'm trying to swing it back the other way, but it literally won't let me swing it back the other way. It's like, yeah, no, you're not going to do that. And I'm like, why? And it's like, well, simply because I said, and also I don't want to. And I'm like, is that really a reason? And the crane is like, yes. Yes, it is. The fact that these cranes don't rotate any faster than this is so painful. And lower it down, drop it, and it's good to go. Now, I think I will be fine to restore the crane. Oh, yeah, we're perfect. Okay, cool. So, let's go ahead and pack that thing up. And, oh, God, we're going to have to unpack, repack, because I think I think some of the physics broke a little bit. And actually, while we're here, I'm going to take a run across that side-by-side race course, but I'm going to use both lanes because I'm too wide to use one lane. All right, are you properly ready? Let's go. Come on. High range takes a second to get going, but once it finally does get going, you feel like you're on another planet. Is that really it? Is that all high range does? Did I make some... Really? Wow, because this thing apparently has some sort of moon gravity. We may or may not have ruined our time. Okay. Well, we were going to a different part of the park anyway, but, like, I didn't really want that to be the way we got there. All right, well, that was a little bit of an ordeal, but we've got the Hilux back up there, and I really have to be a lot more careful about how we drive. This thing is, like, it operates on a gravity of a different planet, and certainly doesn't feel like it's operating off of the gravity of Earth. So, I mean, when you're operating off of a different planet's gravity, you have to drive a little bit differently, because it legitimately feels like this thing always drives in slow motion. It legit feels like that. It's like, oh, I'm driving in super slow motion compared to basically everything else in the game. Now, we're going to take a little bit of a tour lap around the swamp just to familiarize y'all with what we're about to subject the poor little Hilux to. We're going to see if the Hilux can drive out here across the middle and what actually happens when we try to make it do that. I don't think the Hilux is going to make it. Not because the Hilux is a bad truck. It's a wonderful truck. It's a genuinely wonderful... Oh, God. It's a genuinely wonderful truck. However, the problem is that most trucks that set out to go across the middle don't usually make it unless they're an insanely heavily built mud truck. So sending the little Hilux across the middle of this swamp may very well be spelling its doom. So, what do you say we give it a try? Now, before we do give it a try, though, let's go ahead and make sure that we reset the time because it's a little bit, early. Well, I was gonna, actually, not early, late in the day. All right, you ready? You ready to meet your doom, little Hilux? Probably not, but that's okay, because you have no idea what's about to happen. Oh, dear. Oh, dear is right. Actually, you know what? Let's just drop it. Boing. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. I'm like, why do I not just drop it from halfway? It's a Hilux, right? It'll be fine. Literally, that's the whole motto of a Hilux. That might as well be the ad campaign. Toyota Hilux. It'll be fine. I mean, so far, we're in third, and we're just trucking. Although I don't know how long we're going to be able to keep this up for. All right, we've slowed down quite a bit. It's gone back down to first. Well, it went back up to second. If we make it all the way across this swamp, Uh-oh. Lockers, maybe? I mean, lockers and low, and we are crawling. Just barely moving. Oh, we sped up a little bit. Low plus now, we're moving even faster. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't really pull it all, though, so it's fine. We're out into the middle now, and it hasn't really cared yet. I'm officially astounded. I didn't realize we were even going to make it this far. That's genuinely impressive. Oh my god. Now I'm back in automatic mode with the lockers turned off. Still in four-wheel drive, of course, but we got the lockers turned off, and I couldn't be more blown away with this thing. Dude, this thing is just laughing in the face of whatever we put in front of it, honestly. Oh god. All right, we're gonna need lockers for this. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need lockers for this, and thankfully we have our snorkel, because without that, we would not have made it. But even then, we still haven't been stopped. Nothing has, like, legit stopped us yet. Nothing has been like, yo, you're not gonna make any further forward motion after this. I can't believe that we might actually have an end in sight for this. Is it gonna go for third? Is it gonna go for third? No. Oh, yes it is! Holy smokes. Okay, it went back to first, and I wanted to make sure to grab low range and lockers really quick, because the weird thing about this part of the swamp is that there are much thicker and deeper mud patches that look exactly the same as the rest of the swamp, and you have to be really careful where you drive. But if you can't see, then you have no idea how to be careful where you drive. You know what I mean? I cannot believe what we just did. Oh my, dude. Oh my god, we legitimately just made it all the way across the swamp in the little Hilux. I'm doing some celebration donuts, because this is worth it. This is worth like 10 celebration donuts. Oh my god. I did not expect it to make it. Like, and I don't say that in like a bad way. I don't say I didn't expect it to make it because it's not an amazing truck. I just didn't expect it to make it because I have sunk mud trucks out there. But this little Hilux absolutely just demolished one of the most gnarly swamps in the game. And if y'all enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts, opinions, and suggestions in the comments down below. And if you're new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on, and I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later.